All right, so we're back, part 2 of the chapter 15 summary. So Cambili was expressing herself um, that she felt the presence of the Virgin Mary, and she says, I felt the Blessed Virgin there. I felt her. How could anyone not believe after what we had seen, or hadn't they seen and felt it? Everyone's kind of looking at her, and then I believe it's Amaka. I just stopped and reread this because it's kind of unclear who says this, that Cambili is right. Something from God was happening there. I'm not sure who that is. And I actually re-recorded this because I was like, hold on, you were going to say Amaka, but it could be Auntie Fuma. So I restarted the recording and read it again. And you know what? It's really not clear who's saying that. I felt like it was Amaka because Auntie Fuma turns back and faces the road, but who's this she? Well, someone's like, you know what? Cambili's right. So anyway, Cambili felt the presence of the Virgin Mary. This is important. It's an affirmation of her faith. Her religion has always been connected to Papa, but now it's kind of like letting her know that even though she and Papa, their relationship is kind of destroyed, that her relationship with God can still carry on. All right, so then pages 275 to 276, Father Amadi is driving around campus to say his goodbyes to families, and he wants Cambili to come with him. So she does. They're driving around campus, and at one point they get in the car, and she just says to him, I love you, right? So she just tells her crush she loves him. Like, that's it. She's like, I love you. And he looks at her, and he looks sad. He leans over. He presses his face to hers. That's a little weird. They don't kiss. She wants him to. This part's a little, like, funky. But then he says, you are almost 16, Cambili. You are beautiful. You will find more love than you need in a lifetime. And she says she didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He was wrong. He was so wrong. So Father Amadi, it's clear in this moment, he reciprocates those feelings towards her. He feels something for her, but he's not going to break his priestly vows. He's not going to commit, a crime, as we would say, and we rightly say that. So there's kind of like an admission that the feelings go both ways, but nothing is going to happen. So this is an ending. It's an ending to this will they, won't they with Father Amadi. And you might say earlier in the book, first of all, Cambili would never have ever said this to anyone, but also this rejection is what she's been so afraid of, just doing something wrong, being rejected. So we might think this would destroy her, but it doesn't, okay? She actually is somehow becomes stronger, right? They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, Cambili keeps growing. She keeps getting stronger. Later on, back at Auntie Fuma's house, she's in the bedroom with Amaka. Amaka's lying on the bed, listening to music. Kimberly's just lying there, just thinking about what's happening. And then Amaka says, you're singing. Kimberly's like, no, I wasn't. And Amaka's like, yeah, you were. So even though this seems like a small thing, oh, she's singing along to music, this is a huge change because, a few months ago, she didn't listen to music. She was so tightly, like, controlled and concealed, just completely hidden inside herself, like a turtle inside its shell. But now she's singing. And this shows us that Kimberly has a joy returning to her life. She is expressing emotion. She's feeling things. She's has this creative sort of energy. It's all positive. So even though she just had this kind of, upsetting ending with Father Amadi, there's still positive things, positive growth happening. Then Auntie Fuma comes home. She's like, Lisa, now this is a part that confuses students. Don't be embarrassed if you're one of these people. When we hear visa, we think of a credit card or a debit card. But what this actually is like the paperwork, kind of like a license you need to move to another country. So if you're going to legally immigrate somewhere, you need a visa. So that's what it is. So this is like her permission to move to America. So Auntie Fuma says they'll be leaving in 2 weeks, but first she has to get the money for the plane ticket. So she's like kind of frustrated. She's got to figure that out, but whatever. So then it's Father Amadi's last day. He comes over for dinner. He's like, can't really look at me. She's like, she don't want to look at him. He's like kind of he's doing that weird thing that you might have seen on TV, hopefully not experienced in life, where like someone breaks up with you and then they're like still, but like they want your attention. You're like, no, you broke up with me. But Cambili just like, no, I'm done. Like, we're done. This is over. So good job, Cambili. Proud of her. Very proud of her. All right. This recording's going to stop. We're going to do a part 3.